G'day guys, it's Beck here, coming to you today with a little lesson in how to create your own recipes in Cookie-Doo. This is a really exciting new feature that we've only recently introduced. So I wanted to give you a little rundown on where to start and where it could take you. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is where to find your created recipes within Cookie-Doo. And to do that, you're going to head to your My Recipes tab. Okay, select My Recipes, and within that, down in the left here, you'll see this button called Created Recipes. When you hit that one, it's going to open up your list of created recipes. You can see I already have a few saved in mine. I will point out you can have up to 100 recipes saved in your created section. That is going to be a combination of recipes that you have imported from Recipe Community, or also recipes that you have uploaded yourself. Okay, so let me show you the difference between the two. Down the bottom here, there's a green plus button down on the bottom right. When we click on that, we have the option to import a recipe. Okay, so I'm going to click that. And this is where you can directly type in the URL or the web address for the recipe that you're looking for. Now at the moment, you can only import from the Thermomix recipe community. In the future, that may change, but for now, that's where we're headed. So you could at this point type in the URL, but there's an easier way. So let me show you what that looks like. What you'll be doing is going into our Thermomix recipe community. Now, if you haven't used the recipe community, it's a wonderful free resource. You can create your own username and account here where you can upload your own recipes, but it's really fun if you're just wanting to browse what other Thermomix owners are cooking. So this might be consultants, home cooks, chefs. There are literally thousands and thousands of recipes on here that are all free for you to use. Okay, so I am logged in at the moment to my account. You'll see here when I go into my recipes, these are the recipes that I have created on Recipe Community. So these are all accessible for you guys. If you would like to have access to them, you can. They're free for you to use. Now, if I would like to get one of these recipes across into Cookie-Doo to have guided cooking on my Thermomix, this is how I do it. Okay, so let's select a recipe. I'm going to try my sweet potato mini loaves. Okay, go into the recipe. Now you could cook it directly from here, but you would need to have a computer or a phone or an iPad sitting next to your Thermomix, or you could print out the recipe. But with created recipes in Cookie-Doo, you can now download this whole recipe onto your Thermomix. And let me show you how. You look for this Add to Cookie-Doo button, click on that, and that's actually going to open up your Cookie-Doo recipe screen. Okay, do I want to add this recipe? Yes, I do. Confirm. And then what it's going to open up is an editable screen. So you can see here the little pencil button. That allows me to start editing this recipe. Now you don't have to edit it, you can just import it exactly as it is. But if you want to remember where it came from or give credit to the person who wrote it, you could do that. You could give it another name. You might call it Jack's Favourite Muffins. Whatever you want to do, you can do that there, okay? You can also change the image if you would like to. Scrolling down, you'll see that it has automatically imported some details. So the portions, the total cooking time, so on and so forth. It's imported the list of ingredients directly from Recipe Community, and it's imported the recipe instructions as well. All right, so to leave it exactly as it is, all you need to do is hit done, and that is going to then come across here into your list of created recipes. Isn't that easy? Now, when you call that up on the screen of your Thermomix, you'll find that in your main menu, in My Recipes and in Created Recipes, and you'll be able to follow the prompts. I might create another little video to show you what that looks like another day. But for now, I just wanted you to see how to get them there. Okay, so that's just a direct import from Recipe Community that we've done this time. But what if I wanted to edit that recipe? How would I do that? And the reason you might want to edit it, for example, is if you are substituting ingredients or you're tweaking the method in some way. So I'm going to click the little edit pencil to go back into this screen here. Scroll on down, and what I want to show you is all in this preparation steps section, okay? Click the little pencil again to turn on that editing function, and you'll see here it's now broken up the recipe into the 4 separate steps, okay? Now depending on which step you want to edit, you just click on that number. So see there, when I click, it allows me to jump between the different steps. When I've selected that, you'll notice there are these 2 little icons that have come up here. One is the cooking settings, so that's time, temp and speed. The other one with the weigh scales is your list of ingredients. So you can now, for example, if I click on ingredients, it brings up my list of ingredients like this. So what I can do, I'm just going back out of there and starting over to give you a better look. Now, for example, what I'm doing here is creating clickable links. So when this comes across to the screen of the Thermomix, what you're actually going to see is the scales turning on or the time, temp and speed being preset, just like it would be for normal guided cooking. So if I highlight sweet potato, because that's my first ingredient, and if I click on the weigh scales, now see here, if I go arrow, it's then added this darker highlighted text. Now what that is going to do, when it comes across to the screen of the Thermomix, it will actually turn on the scales and allow you to weigh in the correct quantity of sweet potato. All right, again, 800 grams of water. If I want to do that one, I can scroll down, find, so it isn't actually listed as an ingredient, the water, right? But if it was, I could add that in there. The other thing that I can then do from this screen is set my time, temp and speed. So the recipe, the written instruction is saying 15 minutes Varoma speed 2, which is fine. I can still follow that instruction from the screen of the Thermomix. But if I wanted it to automatically preset those things, what I need to do is use this button here, the cooking settings. So when I click on that, I would then need to manually type in 15 minutes. Temperature is going to be Varoma, and then the speed is speed 2. All right, so once I've done that, you will notice, again, it's come up in that dark highlighted text. I will now need to just go and delete that little extra bit there from my instructions. But what I've created is a clickable link that will come up on the Thermomix, and when I touch on it on the Thermomix, it will preset the time and the temp and the speed, just like normal guided cooking, okay? So you can do that then for your entire recipe, okay? It's a little bit tedious, but if it's a recipe that you're planning on cooking often and you really want the convenience of having that guided cooking, then you can go through, I think it was speed 4. I can't talk and do it at the same time. There we go, 5 seconds speed 4. Right, so you can create all of those little clickable links, confirm your recipe, and then when it comes across to your machine, it's going to look completely different. You'll notice here, you can see they're the ones that I've created the links for versus the ones that I haven't. All right, now that's a little bit advanced, so I will understand if you didn't get it the first time, but if you need help with this, just shout and I'm happy to help you, okay? There's one more way that you can do this. So I'm going to go out of here, right? So that was me editing one that I had imported. What if I wanted to create my own recipe? Again, I'm going to look for that green button at the bottom there, and I'm going to create a new recipe I'm going to give it a title. And I'm starting here from scratch. So I'm completely writing my own recipe. Now this could be you uploading your Nana's banana cake, might be your favourite recipe for quiche, it might be your favourite cupcakes or muffins, whatever you like, right? So you can put in all of these details from scratch, add your list of ingredients, add all your preparation steps, any hints and tips, and this will all populate across to Cookie Dough on the screen of your Thermomix. That's pretty exciting. I hope you'll agree. Anyway, let me know if you give that a try. And as I said, all of my recipes from Recipe Community you can import into your Cookie Dough to cook on your Thermomix. There we go. So you'll find me at BeckMac78. Or if you wanted to find other recipes to upload, just head to recipecommunity.com.au and start browsing. And again, just a reminder, if you find a recipe and you would like to add that to your Cookie Dough, select the recipe. Where are we? I'm just going to choose something random. What you're looking for is the green button down the bottom here somewhere. There it is. Add to Cookie Dough. Confirm. Edit if you want to, and then hit done. And there it is. Happy cooking, guys.